Today we will learn about the integers. Hoy aprenderemos sobre los enteros. An integer is a positive or negative whole number. An integer, un número entero, es un número entero positivo o negativo. This explanation of integers is in your notes. Esto está en sus notas. If we look at the number line, you all have one of these. We can put any integer on the number line. We can put any integer on the number line. Podemos poner cualquier número entero en la línea numérica. Numbers to the right of 0 are positive. Los números a la derecha de 0 son positivos, and numbers to the left of 0 are negative. Los números a la izquierda de 0 son negativos. Look, mira, en esta línea, in this line, I have 0 here. Yo tengo 0 aquí. All of the negative numbers, todos los negativos números, will go here. All of the positive numbers, todos los números positivos, will go here. We have positive 1 here, positive 2 here. In between them is 1.5. On the other side, en el otro lado, we have the negative numbers. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And we can put any negative fractions or decimals in between. Negative 1.5 is here. Negative 2.5 is here. You have your own number lines. And you can use those number lines to add or subtract integers. Tiene sus propias líneas numéricas y puede usarlas para sumar o restar números enteros. Por ejemplo, we have 3 plus negative 2. In your number line, we would put 1, 2, 3. So I start at 3, and then I move in the negative direction 2 parts. And I end up here at 1. So the answer is 1. Empiezo a 3. Entonces, muevo 2 partes en la dirección negativo y termino en el 1. If we have this, I start here and I move 4 to the right and I end here. if I start here, when I have a negative number minus a negative number, so if I have two negatives here, they become a positive and we add. Si tengo subtract un número negativo, se convierte en la adición. So I move from here, and now I am adding 1. I move here. That is the answer. I start at 4. I move this way because of the negative, and I end at 2. Do you see how to use your number line to help you? ¿Usted ve cómo utilizar su línea de número para ayudarme? This is in your notes explaining what we just did. Let's try these questions. -4 plus 3. On the number line, we start at -4. It's plus, so we move to the right. 1, 2, 3. The answer is -1. Here, 3 minus -2. Remember, when we have this, it becomes a plus. So we start at 3, and we add 2. 1, 2. And we end up at 5. Here, we start at 2, and we subtract 8, so we move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we get -6. Here, we start at -5, we minus -2, this becomes a positive. 1, 2, we move to the right, we get -3. Do you see the connection? If we have plus, we move to the right. If we have negative, we move to the left. If we have minus a negative, we change it to a plus. In multiplication and division, there are rules for integers. Positive times positive gives you positive. Negative times positive gives you negative. Negative times negative gives you positive. Positive divided by positive gives you negative. Positive divided by a negative gives you a negative. And a negative divided by a negative gives you positive. Do you see the connection between multiplication and division? Negative times a negative and negative divided by a negative both give you positive. Negative times a positive and positive divided by a negative both give you negative. Positive times positive and positive divided by positive both give you a positive. Copy this into your notes if you did not get this. So if you subtract a negative number, what happens to the sign? Si se resta un número negativo, ¿qué le sucede al signo? If we subtract a negative number, what happens to the sign? It becomes positive. Let us practice. Here we have negative 8835 divided by 93. We have a negative divided by a positive. So what is our answer going to be? Negative. Now we do the math. We do 93 goes into 883 9 times. I get 837. Ignore this sign for now. Ignore este signo por ahora. And I subtract. Bring down the 5. 93 times 5 gives me 465. I subtract, I get 0. My answer is negative 95. Here I have 5 times negative 92. I have a positive and a negative here. So my answer will be negative. Now I do the math. Ignore este signo por ahora. And I get negative 460. This one here, I have a positive times a positive. My answer will be positive. I multiply. And I get 1,560. Positive 1,560. This one, moving on, I have a positive minus a negative turns into a positive. My answer will be positive. I have 47 plus 58. I get positive 105. Here I have a positive and a negative. Let's see what we have. We have 61 minus 48. If I'm just subtracting, I flip the two numbers. How do I know when to do this? If the second number is bigger than the first number. Si estoy subtrayendo y el segundo número es más grande que el primero, muevo los dos números, and you get it like this. I subtract, and I get 3, 1. Now I have a smaller number here and a larger number here. My answer will be negative 13. This one here, I have negative 85 and a positive number here. But remember, my second number is bigger than the first number. So I switch them. So remember, es el segundo número es más grande que el primero, muevo los dos números aquí. I get 4. What type of 4? Negative 4. This one here, I have positive 49 minus 92. This number is bigger than this number. El segundo número es más grande que el primero. So, I do 92 minus 49. And I get 43. What is the sign? ¿Qué es el signo? This one is smaller than this one. So the answer will be negative 43. Here I have a negative times a positive. My answer will be negative. Ignore the sign, ignore el signo y multiplicar. My answer will be negative 4,390. For this one, they're both positive times a positive. My answer will be positive. The answer will be positive 416. Now, what if I am missing a number? ¿Qué pasa si me falta un número? Use your head. Think about it. Usa tu cabeza. Tu piensa. Here we go. Here I have negative 1 plus a number equals 3. How do I find out what this number is here? I have my number line, or let's use the one you have. Hold on. Okay, I have my number line, and they say negative 1, so I start at negative 1, plus some number gets me to 3. So I have 1, 2, and 3. I need to find out how much I move between here and here. First, find the direction. Are you going left or right? Izquierda or derecha? Remember, left is minus, right is plus. In this case, I'm moving to the right, a la derecha. ¿Cuántos? How much? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm moving to the right, 4. That is my answer. On this one, negative 25 divided by 5. Remember, this will be a negative divided by a positive. My answer will be negative. In multiplication and division, I ignore the sign and I do the math. I get 5. So it will be negative 5. On this one, I start at negative 6. I start here. And then I need to subtract. So I need to move to the left some numbers in order to get to negative 2. However, remember, if you subtract a negative number, it turns into a positive. So now I'm going to switch my direction. I need to move to the right because the sign is positive. So how much do I move to get to -2? 1, 2, 3, 4. -4. This is a tricky one. If you don't understand this one, ask me about it tomorrow. But do you see how we subtract a negative? We need to switch the direction. That is why the sign changes when you subtract a negative. On this next one here, we have a negative times a negative gives us a positive. In multiplication and division, I ignore the sign, I do the math. 9 times 9 is 81. I get positive 81.